Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and watch this video. For today's project, we will use a glass. This one, it's a plastic one. I just had it around the house and this is only one I have left. So I'm gonna use this, but this one, you could use it within this project or you could use it only as a tool to make this project. And later on we will go over and I will show you why. You don't have to use this in a project itself, but we will use it to make the project. We will use standard glue. This is Jot glue for the paper. Now I have knitting needle, but you don't have to have knitting needle. You could use one of the skewers for this project. The thickness, it doesn't really matter. This is gonna be more of a project how to do it, because you might have different glass. The skewers or whatever you will be using might be different size. So I will use the metal one. We will use, if you want to make more than one of these, you're going to need more chipboard. So this one is really flexible. A matter of fact, you could use any Cheerio box you have. This is about the thickness of the Cheerio box. And we will use paper. Now, I'm sure many of you have some books that you really don't need anymore, or maybe you have magazines, flyers, any type of paper you could use for this project. I would just suggest that edges are nicely cut. I think this will help. So what we're gonna make, we will make some tubes from the paper. So when you take the paper, position your needle or your skewer just like that, and we will just roll it. I like to run over a few times back and forth to make sure that the paper is truly grabbed. So then you can see that it's not evenly distributed, which is okay. So you just put it down, straighten this out, and we can finish rolling. So now at the edge, we will put some glue because we want to glue those tubes. So just like that. And our tube is done. And we will make few of those. So I will make few with you. I do have some pre-made already, just so you don't watch me making those tubes. So okay, let's straighten this out. And now let's glue it. As you can see, I'm putting healthy amount of glue. I do want to make sure that this is stuck. And if it's not that even at the edges, don't worry about it. So I will make one more with you. Okay. And I will apply the glue. Okay. So we have 3 made. If it's opening in here a little bit, don't worry about it. We just want to make sure that it stays rolled up the way it is. As you can see, I have many of them pre-made already. So we're gonna put them on the side. Okay, so we will take our chipboard. We will position the glass or whatever you have. And now I'm trying to line up the top. And I will just wrap it just like this. And I will draw the line all across because I'm using this glass so I'm gonna mark it on both sides. I'm using this glass to create the form. So as you can see, the form is created. So now we will just cut it. Okay, and we do the same thing on this side. So now our form is cut. We will use the glass again to kind of wrap this, just like that. And we will tape this. So let me grab my tape. I will use this one. So let's re-wrap this. You can stand this up to make sure that your bottom is nice and even. As you can see it in here, it's nicely flushed. Over here I have a little bit of an opening. That doesn't really bother me. That will be covered. So let's tape this up to make sure it stays put. Now when you put the tape, do not put it over the edge. It doesn't matter what tape you are using. I have also this tape from Dollar Tree store, which you could also use. And I probably put way too much tape, but I want to make sure that this stays and it will not open up on us. Just like that. So now our form is done. And you see, that's why I mentioned to you, you could use this glass, but you don't have to. I will still use it. And now from the piece that we have left, that we trimmed that, I am gonna make the circle. Let me make sure that this pen really works. Just like that, and we will cut this out. And I will make two of them. I want the base to be a little bit more sturdy. Okay. And I will glue these two pieces together. Just to give additional body. So now this is a little bit more sturdy. I will position this right here. And I will also tape this up. So what we are doing is basically creating a glass from the paper. Okay, just like that. And now, since it's all taped up, I am gonna cut out one more circle. And I'm cutting the circle now because I will not cover this circle with anything. You could cover with paper if that's what you like to do. I just don't think it's really necessary, but that's totally up to you. Okay. And I will glue this just like that to this base. So I am gonna put nice amount of glue. I don't want this to fall apart. And let's make sure that this adheres. I am gonna kind of squish that glue just like that. So the base is done. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna apply the tubes just like this. Now I don't know what is the size of your container that you are using. So just measure from the bottom, just like that, to the top, and add additional maybe half an inch to it, or maybe quarter inch. So let me see. In my case, the glass is approximately 6 inches. So I need my tubes to be 6 inches and a quarter. Just like that. So I will cut the first one according to the measurement. And now I will pre-cut more. So when you pre-cut more, try to use the same stick as a measurement to make sure that all your pieces are cut to the same length. Otherwise, your last piece might be way too long. So let me pre-cut some and I will be right back. Okay, so I pre-cut a bunch of those tubes and they are all just about even. This one seems to be a little bit too long. I will just trim it. So now we will start gluing those tubes. So we will apply a little bit of adhesive and we will glue it. Just like that. So we will start gluing tubes on the opposite sides first. So let me apply glue in here. Just like that. And now we will apply glue right in, we will apply the tube right in between those two. It doesn't have to be perfect. And one more on the opposite side. Okay, so we got this. Just make sure that all of them are really stuck. And I think I'm gonna put my hot glue. We're gonna finish this with hot glue. It will go much quicker. Okay, so I think my hot glue is ready. It should be, and it is. So now I will just put the hot glue just like that in here, and we will start gluing our sticks. Now you know that this is tapered, so the whole idea is to pinch these a little bit on this side, just so they are tighter on the bottom than the top. Okay. And again, over here, I'm trying to put them straight, but I am pinching a little bit because we need to fit all of them. The top has to be covered nicely, but on the bottom, they are gonna be squished just a tiny bit. Okay, and we're gonna do this all around, but I wanna do at least one side with you. So again, over here, I'm pushing a little bit with my finger to kind of squish them, to give this almost like a little fan effect. Okay. So now over here, we're gonna push one right in between. Just like this. And because we are working with paper, this is a little bit more flexible. And this one I squished too much, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It will have almost like that wood effect. So we're gonna do this all around. So as you can see, we are creating this almost like a fan effect. And we will do this all around. I will do this off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so mine is all ready. And now if you don't like the way your top looks, if there are some that are sticking out a little bit, like for example, this one sticks out a little bit, you might want to trim it just a tiny bit. But we are not done yet. So now with the extra tubes that I have, I will just flatten them and make them a little bit softer. So I will actually take my bone folder and kind of make them flat. And I'm trying to put the joint wherever the glue is on the inside, right here. And we will make a little border right here. So now I will apply a little bit of glue and let's just glue this around that. This will give us this really nice finish. So as you can see, I still have this cup on the inside. Okay, and we will go all the way around. So I'm putting glue only at the tips of the tubes we just glued this way. So you can see I'm creating this little border. It's gonna look really pretty on the outside. Okay, and I do want to make sure that this edge is really stuck. All right, just like that. So now I'm gonna take another tube, wherever the joint is, that's gonna be on the inside, and let's just flatten this. We need small piece to put it on the top, just like that, and we will join this right here. So let me trim this. Before we glue it, let's try it. And I need to trim it just a tiny bit more. And this, I think, will do. Maybe just a tiny, tiny bit more. Here you go. So now we can apply glue right here. And we will put this together. And we have our trim done. So now we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom, right here. But I am gonna take the full stick. We will flatten this. And at the same time, it becomes really, really flexible. So the joint is right here. I'm gonna try to start on the same side. Okay. This one is almost perfect. I need to trim just a tiny bit. And now we join both. Okay. So here is our little container. Now we will paint this. Now over here, if you want, you could cover this, and maybe I will do that. So we can just draw the circle on a chipboard or your Cheerio box. Okay. And that's gonna give us this really nice finish. So I am just gonna put glue right around it in here. And we will cover this just like that. Okay. So now we will paint this whole thing, give it nice finish. So when you painting, put something underneath. And I have this board, I'm gonna put it here. Now I have Dixie Belle paint left. I don't remember what I was painting with this paint, but this is what I have left. So this is the paint I will use for this project, but you could use any paint. You could use any of your acrylic paint. It really doesn't matter. And we want to cover all of it. And because we are painting on paper, the paint is just being sucked right into the paper itself. So I'm trying to get everywhere with that paint. We don't want any paper to peek. So I think this is a really neat project. I'm trying not to cover the bottom of it. So it's really inexpensive. You really don't have to spend a lot of money, and you can have, I think, nice decorational piece. And this one, I think I'm gonna put it on my porch as a decoration for summer. And I think it's gonna look very cute. So let me finish painting off camera and I will be right back. Okay, my piece is just about dry and this is how it looks. I mentioned to you that this cup, you could use it in this project. If you put it on the inside, you can actually put water into this and use fresh flowers. I will not do that. This is decorational piece for my porch. So I will use one of those foam pieces that I purchased from Dollar Tree store. And I will trim this foam just so I can place it on the inside. And I like this one because you can really cut it really easily. Okay, a little bit more. I want this piece on the inside, just like that. And I bought some flowers from Dollar Tree. I also purchased those two at MaKala's just to give different look, different color. So we will start placing them. I want a little bit white. And this one I'm gonna put somewhere on the back. And let's spread them out nicely to give this really nice spring summer-like look. Now, if you like this project, please hit like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. So now, as you can see, we can kind of position them however we like. I want a little bit white everywhere. And this is my beautiful bouquet of flowers. I think it came out gorgeous. I will place this on my porch. I will take a picture and show it to you. So I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy that. Very nice, quick, easy project. Yet I think it will provide so much beauty into any room in your house. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.